Thank you all so much for joining me today. Welcome to your gentle yoga practice. This morning in my meditation, I have my own literature, my books, my journals, my crystals, and I spend a little bit of time just kind of closing my eyes and breathing and just letting my heart tell me, what is my intention today? What do I want to focus on? What do I need? And for me, the words that came up this morning were joy and abundance. So we've been talking a lot over these past few weeks about love and really shifting our perspective towards the blessings that we have in our lives, the silver linings, the positivity that is manifesting in our world, right? So today I want to kind of shift more towards that manifested intention of peace and harmony. So here we are in joy and abundance. And what does that mean? So for me, right now, I've been kind of reflecting on where my reliance is in security. What do I depend on to feel secure, right? And that used to be, and it still is some days, money, having a roof over my head, having nice clothes, having nice things, whatever that is, these luxury items that we have. And when those finite resources are threatened and become vulnerable, right? Like our food resources, things like that, we can easily move into a place of scarcity. I don't have enough. I don't have what I need. And that on a cellular level in our body turns into fear and panic. So if I can shift my perspective and shift my reliance toward love and nature and relationships and the people in my life, then I have more security. And from that place of feeling secure and feeling like I have everything that I need, then I can experience joy, then I can thrive. So in our practice today, we'll be focusing on our breath, we'll be focusing on the infinite resources that we have within ourselves, and I'll let each of you define what that is and kind of call that in. And then we'll just be expressing in our practice pure joy, through our breath, through our movement, through this love that we have for ourselves and our bodies. Okay, so let's begin our practice. So sit up nice and tall. Let your hands rest on your knees. Roll the shoulders back and away from your ears, finding your Sukhasana, this traditional yogi seat. Let the palms flip open here. These are your receptors. Imagine two large bowls in your hand where you're just going to receive the energy, the bliss, and the joy that is always existing in our beautiful universe. Take a few breaths here with the hands open. Just observe the quality of your breath here as we begin. Where do you default to? Let's deepen our breath experience together. So just exhale through your mouth. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And a big exhale. Two more, inhale. And exhale. One more full breath, inhale. And a big exhale. Now seal your lips. Continue to breathe in and out through your nose. Filling the body up. Feel the abundance that is your breath in this moment. And call in whatever it is that you need here today in this practice. What infinite source of love or joy do you have in your life that you can call in? This could be a higher power or an ancestor. Maybe this is a word or a mantra that feels powerful to you. Or maybe you call in the ocean or the sunshine. What infinite source can you invite in here in this space to activate abundance within your heart? Breathe in this space. And invite your breath deeper down into your body, into your belly. Feel the belly expand and contract. This is our space, our source of joy. We experience joy down in the belly and the hips. Think of those deep belly laughs that you have with people you love. Let's take 3 more deep breaths here. Om Hare Om. I have everything I need. On your next inhale breath, reach your hands up and over your head so the palms touch. Exhale, draw your hands down into the heart space. Let's sing the sound of Om together here. A commitment to this practice. The vibration that resonates to the entire universe and reminds us that we are all one. Inhale together. Reach the arms up and over your head again. Inhale. Exhale, twist to your left. Reach across for your knee. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale to deepen your twist. Bring your gaze over your left shoulder. Draw the belly in. Feel your knees soften. Continue to lengthen through your spine. And just breathe here. We're cleansing, letting go of any excess in the mind, body, and spirit. Take another deep inhale through the nose. And an open mouth exhale. Inhale, reach your hands back up and over your head through center. Exhale, twist to the right. Reach across for your knee. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale to deepen your twist. Look over that shoulder. Feel the knees soften. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Think of a towel full of water. We're wringing the towel out. We're cleansing the Sushumna Nadi, this main source of energy that flows through the spine, up through the brain. Take another deep inhale through the nose. And then open mouth, exhale. Inhale, reach your hands back up through center. And then press the hands wide, fingertips find the earth. Continue to sit up tall here. Let your head fall over to the left. Breathe along the side of your neck. Feel the space that you create as you breathe. And roll the head forward, chin to chest. Breathing along the back of your neck. And then roll your head over to the right. Feel that stretch along the side of your neck. Take another deep breath here. Keep the spine tall. And then just gently roll your head side to side. So you stretch out the neck. Clear out our throat chakra. Releasing any unkind words, any unsupportive narratives we may use to speak to ourselves or others. May our voice be a source of love and joy in the world. Bring your head back up through center. Let's set our hands back and behind us. Fingertips point forward. Roll the shoulders back, lift your chest. Option to stay right here, or you can lift your hips, rolling onto your knees. So let's take a lion's breath. Inhale. And set the hips back down. Walk your hands forward into a forward fold. Relax your head and your shoulders. Let your hands rest on the earth and just breathe into your low back and your hips. Take 2 deep breaths here. I surrender. And then walk your hands back in through center. Let's switch the cross of our legs, bring the opposite foot on top or in front. Fingertips are by your sides. Inhale, send the right arm high, side bend over to the left. Imagine your hip is anchored down into the earth and you're reaching up through your fingertips, creating a nice long line of energy here. Keep the back of the neck long, try not to let your head just drop. Take a nice deep breath. And then rise up through center. Let's take it to the other side. Send your left arm up and over, side bend. Again, your left hip is anchored to the earth. Feel that stretch all the way up to the fingertips. Take a nice deep breath here. Let's take that side to side. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, side bend. And move at your own breath to movement pace here. Keeping the core active, your knees are soft. Finding that space, that balance between effort and ease. Just living in the flow of your own breath. One more time, side to side. Fingertips find the earth. Again, inhale, right arm up and over the head. Our right arm side bend. We're going to swoop over and find the ground. So both hands are reaching over that left knee. Take a deep breath. We're going to walk it around the world here, one hand at a time. Walk it around all the way to center. Stay here in the middle. Take a deep breath. And continue to walk your hands all the way around, over to the right. Send that left arm up and over your head, side bend, stretch. Reach through the fingertips here, take a deep breath. Bring that hand back down to the floor, outside of the right knee. Stay here for a breath, feel that stretch outside your hip. Then start to walk the hands around the world again, coming to the center. 2 deep breaths here. Walk your hands back up through center. Set them back and behind you. The fingers point forward. Lift the chest, draw your shoulders back. Option to stay here or lift your hips off the earth. Let's take a lion's breath. Inhale. And set the hips back down. Feet together, knees wide, cobbler's pose. Grab your shins and lengthen the spine. Option to stay right here if this is enough for you, or you can begin to pull the heart forward. Keep your spine long. Keep your spine as straight as you can, as far forward as you can. When you've reached your limit here, you can start to round the spine, walk the hands forward, relax your head. Breathe into your hips and your knees without force, just allowing the abundant flow of your breath to just move through you. Take another deep breath here. And slowly rise back up through center. Draw the knees together, plant your feet on the earth. Feet are at hips width distance. Set your hands back and behind you. Lift the chest. Option to stay right here, or you can lift your hips for reverse tabletop. Spread the fingers wide, spread the toes wide, lengthen the back of your neck. We'll take 3 rounds of lion's breath. Inhale. Good work. Set the hips down. Send the legs straight out in front of you. Draw the belly in to really lengthen your spine. And find a tiny bend in your knees here. Find a tiny bend in your knees so your pelvis really tilts forward as you lengthen. On your inhale breath, reach your hands up and over your head. Exhale, reach out and over your legs towards your toes or your shins or your knees. Relax your head here and breathe. If you'd like to go a little deeper into your hamstrings, you can begin to straighten your legs. But notice here, notice if that stretch moves to your low back. We don't want the stretch in the back. We don't really want the stretch isolated behind our knees either. So keep the knees gently bent to really feel that stretch in the back of your thighs, getting deep into your hamstrings. Let's take 3 breaths right here. Relax your head, feel that release along the spine. One more deep breath. And slowly roll back up to center. Bend your knees, cross your ankles. We'll come to tabletop, hands and knees. Spread the fingers wide. Let your feet rest on the earth. On an inhale breath, lower your belly, gaze up for cow pose. Exhale, cat, round the spine, chin to chest. Continue this breath to movement flow. You can add any organic movement here, so you can look over one shoulder and then the other. You can roll out your hips, your shoulders, whatever feels good. Slow, deep breathing here. Let's take 3 more rounds of breath. And come back to tabletop. Let's send that right leg back and behind us. Keep your foot on the ground. Just press the heel back, getting a nice stretch in your calf. Take a deep breath. And then float that leg off the ground so your foot is in line with your hips. Start to roll out the ankle. Make circles with that foot. Take your circles in the opposite direction. And now flex the foot. Keep that leg nice and strong. Draw the belly in so you have a nice strong core. And then send your left hand forward for spinal balancing. The back of your neck is long, so your gaze is at the floor. Your left thumb is pointing up like you're shaking someone's hand. Find a deep inhale breath to lengthen here. Exhale, knee to elbow. Begin to round your spine. Try and tap that knee to your elbow. Inhale, lengthen back out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Keep lots of strength here. Tight arm, tight leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Stay here. You can always rest by bringing your back toes to the ground. Option to bend that back knee and reach back for your foot. You can kick into your hand here, lifting the chest. All variations welcome. Take a deep breath. Straighten the leg and the arm back out. Keep the leg where it is. Lower your left hand back down to the mat. You're going to cross your right foot over the left leg. So you're crossing the legs behind you. That right leg is going to step outside of the mat and then look over your left shoulder. So you're getting a nice stretch along the side body. Take a deep breath here. Then come back to your tabletop, hands and knees. Good work, everyone. Big toes touch, sit the hips back. Walk your hands forward into a child's pose. Relax your head. And just breathe here. Notice if one side of your body feels a little different than the other. Acknowledge the progress that you've already made through this practice. What is the quality of your breath here? Take another deep breath, a breath of abundance. And then press yourself back up onto your hands and knees for tabletop. Let's make some hip circles here in one direction. Nice hip circles, just working them out. Take it in the other direction. All right, come back to center. Other side, send your left leg back and behind you. The toes are tucked. Press the heel back, getting a nice stretch in your calf. Take a deep breath here. Then let's float that leg off the mat. So your foot is in line with your heel or your hip. You don't need the leg really high, just need it right in line. All right, strong core. Lift up through the belly, draw the navel in. Option is send your right hand out in front of you. Okay, let's make little circles with that ankle, little circles. Rolling out the foot in one direction and then the other. And another deep breath here, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee, round the spine. Inhale to lengthen, send the arm forward, leg back. Exhale, knee to elbow round. Last time, inhale, lengthen here, finding your balance. Option to stay here. Always an option to lower that back foot. If you'd like to go a little further, you can bend the back leg and reach back, trying to grab your foot with your hand. Keep the chest lifted. We're all here together. Take a deep breath. Inhale to lengthen back out. Keep the leg floating. Right hand finds the ground. Step that foot over your right leg. Look over your right shoulder. Feel the stretch in the hip. And release back to center. Big toes touch. Sit the hips back into your child's pose. Forehead to the earth and breathe. Take a few cleansing breaths here. I create more space for joy in my life. I live in abundance. Take another deep breath. And then press back up to your hands and knees for tabletop. Let's tuck our toes, send the hips high for downward facing dog. And take a few breaths here to walk out the heels, side to side. You can rock out the hips a little bit. And then find stillness in the center. Inhale, lift both heels. Exhale, roll them down to the floor. Do that a few times. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, roll them down. One more time, really working out the ankles. And then find a gentle bend in your knees, and then really press through your hands. Send that tailbone up and away from the earth, creating as much space between your wrists and your hips as possible. Feel your shoulders roll away from your ears. Take a nice deep breath, draw the belly in. And then start to walk your hands back to the back of your mat. For a rag doll, feet are at hips width distance, bend your knees, grab your elbows. You can rock it out side to side here. Draw the belly in so you can fold a little closer over your thighs. Feel your head relax. Wiggle your jaw side to side, just releasing any tension in the face, in the neck, in the shoulders. And find some stillness here. Let's take 3 deep breaths. We'll take 2 horse breaths together. Inhale through your nose. The exhale is with your lips. Again, inhale. And release your hands to the floor. Heel toe your feet as wide as your mat. Turn the toes out 45 degrees and then bend your knees to sit down into your Vinyasa squat. Yeah, palms pressed together. Lift through the chest so your weight is in your heels. Really ground down to the outer edges of your feet. Press your feet down into the earth. Lengthen the spine. And close your eyes here. Take a few deep breaths. Returning your intention to the source, the infinite source of love and joy that you have in your life. What is one thing in your life that brings you joy? Bring your hands back down to the earth. Let's straighten our legs, coming back into a forward fold. Heel toe the feet all the way together. Big toes touch. You can bend your knees here. Take a forward fold. Relax your head. Maybe your fingertips find the earth, or you can hold on to your shins or your ankles. Reach the tailbone up a little higher, even if your knees are bent. Feel that energy along the back of your legs here as we open the root chakra. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen your spine. Let's walk the hands forward all the way out to your plank pose. Shoulders stack over your wrists. Always an option to lower to your knees here. We're going to take a few breaths, really press through your hands, expanding the back of the heart. One more deep breath. And then lower your knees to the earth. Knees are on the earth. We're going to take 8-pointed pose. So shift forward into your hands a little bit. And you're going to lower your chest and your chin to the earth. The hips stay lifted. Chin and chest forward. Hug the elbows in. Hug the belly in. Take a deep breath. And then press through your hands into cobra pose. Untuck the toes. You're on your belly. Draw the shoulders, the elbows back in together. Your feet are pressing into the floor so much that your knees lift off the mat. Take 2 deep breaths right here. Little to no weight in your hands. Maybe you can even float your hands off the floor. Take 1 more full breath. And relax. Inhale, press up to tabletop, hands and knees. Exhale back into a child's pose, forehead to the earth. Take a deep breath here, just feeling the earth beneath you, reminding you that you are held, that you are always cared for. And then press back up to your hands and knees for tabletop. Tuck your toes, send the hips high, downward facing dog. Bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, lift your heels, look forward. Let's travel to the top of our mat. Inhale for a halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold, relax your head. Now bend your knees, slowly begin to rise up, stacking 1 vertebrae at a time into standing mountain pose. Your hands are open by your sides. Palms face open to the front of your mat. And just take a few breaths here, standing, rooting down through the feet, feeling tall through the spine. Spread the fingers wide. Imagine a line of energy flowing through you from your heels up to the spine, all the way to the crown of your head. You're a beam of light, of energy. Let's take a deep breath here, just feeling powerful. Inhale, reach the arms up and over your head, palms touch. Exhale, take a back bend, cactus the elbows, expand your chest. Inhale, reach the arms high again. Exhale, bring your hands to your low back. Interlace the fingers, your palms pressed together. It's okay to keep the elbows bent here. If it's in your practice, you can straighten your arms, drawing the shoulders back. Take a gentle bend in your knees, and on your exhale breath, we'll take a forward fold. Hands can stay at your low back, or if your arms are straight, you can try to send the knuckles up and over your head. Nice gentle bend in the knees here. Relax your head. Take a deep breath as we stretch the shoulders.
The core is engaged. Bend your knees, gently release your hands by your sides. Swoop them out in front of you and then up and over your head. Rise all the way up to standing. Gaze up. Take a deep breath. Exhale, mountain pose. Hands are by your sides. Let's move through that a little bit faster. Breath to movement. Inhale, reach the arms up and over your head. Exhale, take a back bend. Cactus the elbows. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, interlace your hands behind your low back. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. You can bend your knees. Inhale, bend the knees. Swoop your hands up and over your head. Rise up to standing. Exhale, back bend. Cactus the elbows. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, mountain pose. Hands by your sides. One more time here. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, take a back bend, cactus your elbows. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, interlace your hands behind your low back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, swoop all the way up to standing, hands overhead. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands on the earth. You're gonna step your left foot as far back behind you as you can. Left foot back. Yeah, so your right foot is still forward. Bring the back knee down. Now, if your knee's a little sensitive here, you can roll over your mat one time to add a cushion, or if you have a blanket nearby. Option to stay right here. We're shifting the hips forward, getting a nice stretch in the psoas muscle. Option to lift up, pressing your hands into your thigh, getting a deeper stretch in the hips. Option to stay here, or even bring your hands to your hips, taking out a little bit of that weight and support. Or you can even reach your hands up and over your head, palms pressed together. Lots of variations here. We'll take a nice deep breath. And bring your hands to the earth. Let's straighten that right leg, shift the hips back. It's okay if the knee stays a little bent. Want to flex the foot. Draw the belly in, forward fold over that right knee. 2 deep breaths right here. Nice work, everyone. Bend into that right knee again. Now we're going to bring our hands inside the foot. Heel toe your right foot to the outer edge of your mat. You can turn those toes out 45 degrees so they're kind of turning away from you. Now you can stay right here if this feels like enough. Breathing into your hips. If you'd like to bring your forearms down to the ground, you can do that too. We're going to stay here for about 5 breaths, so find a space that's sustainable for you. Also an option to bend the left leg, reaching back with your hand for a psoas stretch. All levels welcomed. Whatever feels good to you here. We're really opening up the hips, stretching open these tight spaces to create more space for joy in our life. Are you breathing? Take another deep breath. Gently release your foot if you took it. Press back up onto your hands. Heel toe that right foot back between your hands. We're going to rise up into warrior 2. So lift the back knee, drop the heel in, cartwheel the arms open. You're in Virabhadrasana 2. Spread the fingers wide. Lunge into that front knee, feeling strong in your stance. Lift through the pelvic floor. So lift the navel up and then in. Spread the toes wide, spread the fingers wide. Imagine a line of energy from finger to finger across your collarbones. Look back at that left hand, make sure it's in line with the front arm. Let's take another deep breath here. And then flip your right palm. Stay here for a breath. This hand is open to receive. Call in your source of abundance here, reminding yourself that you have everything you need. Let's take a reverse warrior, reaching up, lifting through the heart space, acknowledging this abundant source. Feel the shoulders melt away from your ears. Lunge a little deeper into that front knee. Take another deep breath. Let's cartwheel our hands down to the floor. Step your right foot back into your plank pose. Option to take your knees. Option to flow through a chaturanga if you need it. Otherwise, just press back to your downward facing dog. Good work, everyone. Relax your head. Nod yes and no. On your inhale breath, lift your heels, look forward. Let's travel to the top of our mat. Big toes touch. Bend your knees, begin to roll up to standing, mountain pose, palms open by your sides. Now, option to keep the legs and the knees together here. We're gonna move into chair pose. If you have any low back pain or sensitive back right now, you can bring your feet to hips width distance. We're gonna bend our knees and sit back into a seat. Hands can come to heart center to begin with. And bring your awareness to your low back. Notice if you sway that low back and you're really sticking the tailbone out and behind you. You want to find a neutral spine. So draw the tailbone down to the lumbar spine. The low back feels nice and hollowed out in the belly. A nice flat back there. Option to stay here or reach your hands up and over your head for more of a challenge. Roll the shoulders back and away from your ears. Strong core. Find an inhale breath to lengthen. Exhale, twist to your right. Open arms or the palms can stay together if you have them together here. Find a deep breath. Inhale, reach back up through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Take a deep breath here, sit a little deeper in your twist. Breath to movement. Inhale, up through center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, rise through center. Exhale, twist to the left. One more time, side to side. Inhale, center. Sit a little deeper. Exhale, twist to your right. You can do this. Inhale, reach back up through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, through center. Straighten the legs. Reach up. Exhale, take a back bend. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, hands to the earth. Stay for a few breaths here in your forward fold, relaxing your head and your shoulders. And then press your hands into the ground, find a halfway lift with your spine. We're gonna send our right leg as far back as we can behind us. Right leg finds the floor. Good job, everyone. Bring that back knee down. We're in our low crescent moon here. Option to stay here with your hands on the ground if that feels good. Or you can rise up, pressing your hands into your thigh. Listen to that back knee. Maybe your hands come to your hips, or maybe you reach your arms up and over your head. We're drawing the knees toward each other here, keeping the pelvic floor engaged. Lift through your chest. Take 2 deep breaths. Hands to the floor. Let's straighten that left leg, shifting the hips back. Good work, everyone. You can keep a gentle bend in that left knee. Let's forward fold over the leg. Just looking for a deeper hamstring stretch. Bend back into that left knee. Bring your hands inside the foot. We're going to heel toe that foot to the outer edge of the mat. You can stay on your hands here, lunging into your hips. Your left toes are turned out a little bit, or you have the option of coming down to your forearms, of course. Always an option to bend that right leg, reaching back for the foot for a deeper psoas stretch. Wherever you are, we're going to stay for 5 breaths. Really embodying this posture.
I have everything I need. What does that feel like to you? Do you believe it? Do you believe that you have everything you need? Take one more deep breath. And gently release your foot if you took it. Press back up onto your hands. We're going to heel toe that left foot back between our hands. Preparing for warrior two. Lift the back knee. Drop the heel in. Cartwheel, open the arms. Good work, everyone. Lunge forward into that front leg until you feel your knees stack right over your ankle. Arms are nice and wide. Check that back arm. Make sure it's in line with the front. Spread the fingers wide. Lift all of your toes and then set them back down. Feel the shoulders roll back and away from your ears, reminding you how strong you are. Flip that left palm, staying here for a breath. Hand is open to receive the abundant flow of energy in our lives. Reverse warrior, send that left arm high. Keep leaning into the knee here. Feel the burn, feel transformation in your body. Take a deep breath. And then cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Step your left foot back. Option to flow through a chaturanga or just press back to downward facing dog. We're going to take pigeon pose. So we're going to pull our right knee forward, right knee to right wrist. Slide your left leg as far back as you can. If this posture is not comfortable for you, if you have any knee pain, just roll onto your back and I can show you another variation. Let's sit up tall for a moment here. Try and look over your right shoulder. Getting a little bit of a deeper stretch, letting the hips level out. And then look forward. Walk your hands out in front of you into your sleepy pigeon. Rest your forearms on the earth. Or if it's comfortable to lower your head down onto your hands or onto your mat, you can do that. We'll stay here for about 5 breaths. Take one more deep breath here. And press through your hands. Lifting your chest back up. Tuck the back toes. Let's send that right leg high for a 3-legged dog. Option to bend the knee and stack open the hip. Both feet to the earth, downward facing dog. Let's bring the left knee forward this time for pigeon pose. Left knee forward. Slide that right leg as far back as you comfortably can. And lift yourself up here through the chest. Try looking over your left shoulder to level out the hips. Take a deep breath. And then look back through center. Walk your hands forward. Lowering down onto your mat. Relax your head, relax your forearms. We'll stay here for 5 breaths. Take one more deep breath here. And press yourself back up onto your hands. Tuck the back toes, send that left leg high, 3-legged dog. Option to bend the knee and stack open the hip. Downward facing dog. Lower your knees to the earth here. We'll cross our ankles, sitting back into a seat. We'll take a wide-legged forward fold, feet are wide. And it's not about getting your legs super wide here. You can just take a 90-degree angle if that feels good. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, begin to walk the hands forward as far as you can. Try and keep that spine long. And then you can relax into the forward fold. Keep your feet flexed here. And just breathe. Feel the hamstrings stretch as we clear the root chakra. Inviting in our abundant source. I trust in the seasons of Mother Nature. I trust in the cycles of my life. I have everything I need. And press your hands back up through center. Grab the knees, pulling them in towards your heart. Wrap your arms around your shins. Rest your head here, just squeezing into a little ball. This is humble yogi. Just hold yourself here in this space. I am a powerful source of energy, of intelligence. I am capable of giving myself everything I need. Om Hai Om. And gently release. Reach your hands forward, roll back onto your back. Prepare for a bridge pose here. Reach your fingers towards your heels. The middle fingers just barely brush the back of your feet. On an inhale breath, you're going to lift your hips, lifting them as high as you can. Shimmy your shoulders together. Maybe you interlace your hands on the mat beneath your hips. Really press the back of your head into the floor to lengthen your throat. Just take a few breaths here into your belly, into the space of joy. We've got our heart above our head, reminding us to choose love over ego. On your next inhale, lift your heels, release your hands, slowly roll the spine down, one vertebrae at a time. Heel toe the feet together, let your knees fall wide. You need a little support on your hips. You can ball up your fists and slide them right underneath the thighs. If you have blocks, you can use those too. Or maybe you can just let your palms roll open by your sides and the hips relax. And bring your awareness into your belly, into the pelvic space. Option to bring your hands to your low belly if you can. What brings you joy in your life? Who are the people that bring you joy? What do you love doing? Maybe it's dancing or going for a walk on the beach. What brings you joy in your body? Can we invite more of this joy into our lives? Can we take more time to do the things that we love so that this joy feels abundant? And reach for your knees, pull them together, and then draw them into your chest, giving yourself a gentle squeeze here.
And then keep your knees into your chest. Send your arms out into a T shape. Let your knees fall over to the right for a twist. Bring your gaze over to your left hand. Try and let both of your shoulders soften onto the floor. Just breathe here along the spine. And gently release your knees back to center. Take your twist to the other side. Knees fall to the left, gaze right, and breathe. And release your twist back to center. Wrap your arms around your shins. Lift your chin up to your knees. Squeeze into a tiny ball. Squeeze your face, your shoulders, your belly, your toes. Find an inhale breath. Exhale for Shavasana. Send the arms and legs long out by your sides, really taking up space here. Lift the chest, shimmy the shoulders together so that the palms can roll open. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And a big exhale. Feel the body soften. Feel the body become light. Soften your jaw and your face. And bring your inner gaze to the space between your eyebrows. Resting in your bliss body, the spirit body, the Anandamaya kosha. When all the layers of self fall away, when all of our material attachments fall away, what's left? What's here in this space? A space of peace, of infinite joy and abundance. Rest here in this space, in yourself. And begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And turn your head side to side. Reach your hands up and over your head. Point your toes. Take a nice deep breath. And then roll onto either side, supporting your head with your bicep. Just staying here for a moment in your fetal pose. Honoring this cycle of samsara, of rebirth. In this practice today, we've created more space for abundance and joy, all of our intentions and our wishes and our blessings. When you feel ready, sit back up into your seat, returning to where we began in our Sukhasana. With the palms flip open, resting on your knees. We'll sing a chant together today. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. This translates to, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may I in some way contribute to that happiness and that freedom. And each of us contribute just through our intentions. So let's sing together to the collective, to the entire world. We'll do it 2 times through, 3 times through. Inhale. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Again. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Hands to your heart space. Let's sing the sound of Om together. Inhale. Om. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Put your hands up to your third eye. It is an honor to share this sacred space with each of you. I truly believe that we heal together. By being here in this virtual space, we are contributing to the collective, expanding infinite joy and abundance across our world. The light within me bows to the light within each of you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you, beautiful people.